This is the defense's key moment, humanizing the defendant. Miss Marino talks about domestic abuse, fear, and chaos in her life. And to be clear, those are serious issues that courts do consider. But here's the legal reality: personal hardship does not automatically excuse criminal conduct. It can explain behavior, but it doesn't justify it. The defense is trying to show lack of intent. She didn't mean to defraud anyone. Because in theft cases, intent is everything. So now the judge has to weigh two things: was this a crime, or a situation that spiraled out of control?
Do you describe yourself as a feminist?
Kind of.
Okay, you said dating is hard nowadays. All the good men are taken, LOL, or insecure.
I think being a stripper and in that industry makes dating hard. Most definitely. I think it takes a secure man to date a woman doing what I'm doing. But then, yeah.
So do you think that men who wouldn't want to date you are insecure?
I don't think
because you said it takes a secure man to date you.
I think it does take a secure man to date a stripper or somebody who does OnlyFans and sex work and stuff, but
is a man insecure for not wanting to date you because you do that profession?
I don't think it's every man who doesn't want to date me is insecure, but I think that that's a big majority of the reason, because the reasons that they give me are, like, I don't want you touching another guy or engaging with another man and stuff, but it's like, okay, that's my job though. And like,
so is it insecure though?
But if you know that that's just for my job and stuff, and that's like, I'm not doing anything outside of my job, then I believe that you're being a little insecure. Unless that's just really truly your core values and stuff too, then that's fine, but...
Right here is where the entire argument begins to crack open. She's claiming that many men who won't date her are insecure, but the pushback reframes it as a values-based decision, not an emotional weakness. And this is a key distinction, because labeling disagreement as insecurity can shut down real conversation. The host flips it with a powerful question: would a self-respecting man be comfortable in that situation? That's not insecurity, that's preference and boundaries. So now the real question becomes, are people using the word insecure as a shield to avoid confronting uncomfortable truths? Or are some men genuinely unable to handle certain realities?
I do think it has
about
a lot
respect.
to do. Respect on...
Do you think that a man would have a lot of self-respect if he was dating a stripper?
Personally...
Tracy on Tilt donated $200. A secure man would not want to wife you up. People date to marry. You're setting up your future children to be trolled and bullied in school, and that's unfair to them.
I don't want
They
kids.
didn't ask to be born.
You what?
I don't want kids.
Okay.
Yeah, but so anyway, back to what I was asking.
Thank you, Tracy.
Do you think...
Tracy got a lot of money.
Are you going to hit up Tracy after this?
No.
What if... Is Tracy a Tracy is kind of a gender-neutral name, right?
It could be a she.
Tracy could be a man, right?
Yeah, maybe.
I thought Tracy's mostly
a he or she.
Tracy, confirm or deny? Penis or vagina? Okay.
So when you're talking about respect, though, do you think that a man would have a lot of self-respect if they would go for a sex worker?
Well, that depends on what his outlook on respect is.
No, from your outlook.
From my outlook, yeah. I mean, I'm still a person, you know.
I'm not saying you're not a person.
Yeah, but I still have my values and stuff. So like, why should dating me or any other sex worker make your values lower?
Because it doesn't seem like it's very respectful for my girlfriend to grind her vagina on men.
I mean,
does that seem like it's respectful to you? Because it seems like it's way not very respectful to me.
It brings me a bag, though, so I like
see
my
what
bag.
I mean? It's like you.
This moment hits hard because it exposes a classic trade-off: financial gain versus relational respect. She argues that her work brings a bag, meaning there's tangible benefit, but the host counters with a sharp analogy: just because something benefits you financially doesn't automatically make it respectable in a relationship context. And that's where things get uncomfortable. Because now we're separating personal success from partner suitability. Just because something works for you individually doesn't mean it translates well into a long-term relationship dynamic. So think about it, should financial success outweigh how your partner feels about your lifestyle?
But then there's also a benefit of if you're with me too, then, you know, like, then I'm sharing, I'm bringing you up as well too. But
Really?
again, you have to.
Yeah,
be,
but that would be the same thing if you were a thief.
But you.
Why? So why would that? Why if you were no? What I'm saying is that it'd be the same thing if you were a thief. You could be bringing your significant other up with your stolen property, but that wouldn't mean that a self-respecting person would like want to go after a criminal, right?
Yeah, but I'm also not a criminal, and
I'm not saying you're a criminal. I'm just making an analogy.
Yeah, but just because I'm a sex worker doesn't mean that that I don't have respect for myself, and that somebody who dates me isn't going to have respect for themselves, you know. If anything, like, I think that I don't want to say that you're having respect for yourself by dating someone in that industry, but I forgot where it's going.
Tracy on Tilt donated $200.
Again?
The real world taught me lessons that I had to learn. They're hard pills to swallow. And I'm sorry it hurts, but it's the truth. You can't live in delusion all of your life. You got live in reality.
Thank you, Tracy. Is the F, does that stand for female, or are we just going to ignore?
F maybe be for female, you know.
Could be a female. Are you female, Tracy? Thank you, Tracy. Do you think that you mentioned like it's hard to find a good man? What do you think a good man wants? Do you think he wants a girl who's selling herself
No.
for $10 a month online?
No.
Well, does that answer your question then?
Yeah, but there's more to me than just my industry, you know.
It's you. So
Yeah.
you think about how you're looking at this through the prism of you.
So
This is one of the most important turning points in the conversation. The host calls out something subtle but powerful. She's viewing everything through her own lens, her goals, her lifestyle, her reasoning. But relationships don't work like that, they require understanding the other person's perspective. And once she's pushed to think from the man's point of view, you can see the shift happen. She even admits that certain behaviors aren't ideal. That moment right there. That's awareness kicking in. So let me ask you, how often do people struggle in dating simply because they refuse to step outside their own perspective?
So
From
his perspective.
Yeah, from his perspective, from the perspective of him.
But I wouldn't even want to be involved with anybody who.
Yeah, that's about you again. Can we make it about him now?
Well, I guess he would be. His points would be valid because, yes, grinding on another man and isn't ideal to another man.
If you weren't a sex worker and you started grinding on like one of his buddies in front of him, would you think, yeah, that's a pretty respectful thing to do?
Probably get mollywopped right in the face.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like not the best idea. I don't know what mollywopped is, but
Boop, boop. Just never mind.
like somebody gets punched.
Yeah. I'd probably
Okay.
get punched right in the
Right.
face.
But anyway, if he did that in front of you, would be like, well, look, if a guy would let you do that, not a lot of self-respect, right?
Yeah, but I have my own reasons for being in that industry and doing what I'm doing and stuff. So,
Sure. Well, I'm not even taking any of that
Yeah.
away. I'm just saying that you're looking at everything through the prism of you.
Can I ask you a question? So if a guy was willing to like give you an allowance to stop doing OF and stripping, would you consider it?
Maybe in a different sense, because my OnlyFans, I actually have a vision for, that I want to turn it into something else.
Tracy on Tilt donated $200.
Thank you, Tracy.
Last donation. I'm a female. I'll gladly go on your show and talk sense into these females.
Please,
Someone
Tracy.
needs to lead them onto the right path in life. But I have to ask my fiance's permission first.
Tracy, if you want to be on the show, just shoot us a DM on Instagram at whatever.
Where was I? I forgot.
So you have a vision with your OnlyFans?
Something about you're gonna start a business, or
if somebody were to like offer me a sustainable lifestyle where I didn't have to do OnlyFans or strip anymore, of course I would be inclined to take that role in that position and stuff, but I think that I would also have them as like hobbies more so than anything, because I enjoy pole dancing. I like it as a sport, you know.
Sport?
Mm-hmm.
Are there points in pole dancing?
People do competitions and all that stuff.
It's a really intense workout.
Yeah, takes a lot of core.
I don't know if pole dancing is a sport. I don't think, is any form of dancing a sport? Isn't dancing an art?
Well, a sport art form, it's a form of movement and working out, so.
Yeah, it might be physically demanding, but I don't know if it's a sport.
To each their own.
It's not to each their own. Like, sport has an actual, anyway, whatever. It's not, I'm not gonna argue about everything, but.
Okay. But yeah, I would keep them as like side hobbies and stuff.
Do you think pole dancing will ever, sort of reach the, comparatively speaking, when it comes to sports, like, FIFA? Do you think there will ever be like a FIFA of the pole dancing community?
Not.
Do you think there will be, they'll sell jerseys of the best pole dancers?
I could see that happening.
Yeah, like soccer players.
Totally
how like there's, Ronaldo or Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, and
I could totally see
Robert
a whole
Lewandowski.
Up. Yeah.
Do you think that there will be like?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just being kind of bratty.
They'll each have their own poles.
All right. But you're saying like you want a good man, where you can't find the good men. Dating is hard nowadays. All the good men are taken or insecure. But we looked at your. We didn't subscribe. We looked at your bio on OnlyFans, and it says, in addition to costing $10 a month, you do twerking, fully nude, customs, dildo play, solo pussy and anal play, boy-girl content, dick ratings, girl-girl content coming soon. So you do boy-girl content on your OnlyFans?
With people that I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
And it's very minimal as well.
Do you think most good men want to date women who have videos out there in the public?
Now this is where the contradiction gets exposed perfectly. She argues that men consume adult content, so they shouldn't have a problem dating someone who produces it. Sounds logical at first, but the host dismantles it instantly. Watching something and committing to someone are two completely different things. That NFL analogy. Simple, but effective. Just because you enjoy something as entertainment doesn't mean you want it as your reality. And this is a huge misunderstanding in modern dating. People confuse consumption with preference. So be honest, do people often ignore this difference when it doesn't benefit their argument?
In the public.
No, but I'm sure most good men watch those videos.
Well,
not good
I don't
men.
know. What's that?
Not good men, I wouldn't say.
Okay.
Portraying to be.
But that's a little bit different. Whether they watch it or not is different than whether they'd be in a relationship with a woman who produces.
How can you watch it though and then not want to be in a relationship with somebody?
I watch the NFL. I don't want to play in the NFL, or I don't want to not. I wouldn't be able to play in it, but I wouldn't want to go and play football.
Pleasure about it and stuff.
So
but
your argument. Your argument is if you watch something, if you consume a product, you must romantically want to date the person that produces the content?
No, just in that sense, not in a general term.
No, but your argument is a man is obliged or should not object to dating a woman who does because he happens to watch. That's your argument?
I guess, yes.
Okay.
I think it falls in the
I don't really think that logically makes sense. Like, just because you consume something doesn't mean you need to be romantically
but it's just
interested.
That sense of like you're consuming it, you're consuming porn, but to the public, you're against porn.
No, not necessarily. You could have no issues with porn. You may very well watch porn, But when it comes to your romantic life, your sexual life, your relationship life, you wouldn't want to
be with somebody who does.
Right. You might not have any objections to production, but you wouldn't want to date a woman who's fucked 100 men on camera.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
Okay, that's fair. All right, she agrees.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I get it. Like, again, it comes down to the fact that, like, your man doesn't want to see that, and, like, why doesn't he want to see that? Is it a respect thing? Is it insecurities? Is it a respect thing? Is it
Seems like it's a respect thing. But is
it always a respect thing though? Because I don't think it is though. I really think that it has to do with insecurities as well.
What would make him insecure?
The fact that I have to go up and speak to men and talk to them and be close to them, around them, whether I'm grinding on them or not, you know?
But that's why I said a real man would retire.
Wait, no, I don't know. There seems to be a big delineation
I
there.
hope a real man
I have to
retires
engage with men and occasionally shake their hands versus I grind on men's penises. That seems like a huge difference.
It is.
Nashunabo donated $200.
Yo, Nasha, thank you.
It takes a very secure man to date a sex worker, just like Sean Eva.
We react.
Oh wait, he dumped her the second it became inconvenient. Your bullied kids can't dump you. The only way out is unaliving yourself.
Thank you.
We actually reacted to the whole Sean Evans thing at the beginning of the stream, but yes, that's a perfect example. Thank you, Nasho Nabo. She doesn't want kids though, so I mean.
Yeah, I just don't understand how it's a security or insecure issue. It just seems like a respect issue to me. And it would be highly disrespectful for you to, I don't know, like walk over and do that with some other guy if he was just in the room. Your boyfriend was in the room and you did that. Would you say, you just really are kind of insecure. You need to just relax while I go over here and grind all over this guy. Would you say that to him?
No.
Why?
Because I'm not working. I'm not working though.
So what's the delineation?
I don't know.
You also wrote, men like to be comfortable. More often than not, if you meet a guy and the first thing you do is hook up, he's going to be comfortable with that dynamic, and it can be hard to work out of it. So when you say that, what do you mean by work out of it?
Like, okay, so say you want to have a relationship with somebody, but the first date you guys hook up and then you get comfortable within that dynamic. So like he's going to be comfortable with the fact that all he wants and is getting is pussy and he doesn't need anything more. But you may want more and you'll have to like either work out of it or just end that relationship.
Do you mean work out of it as in withhold sex?
It could, whatever you need to do to work out. If it means withholding sex, having deeper conversations, being more open with each other.
But when you say you mean work out of it, work out of the casual sex into a
something more
serious monogamous relationship. Mm-hmm. Okay, well I think that's sort of, when it comes to having sex, that's kind of Pandora's box. Mm-hmm. Like once you've had sex with a guy, I would argue most men are going, like, if you have sex with him and then you're like, whoa, hold on, actually, no, let's get to know each other better first. I think, look, you're free to do that. Absolutely.
Seems like mixed signals.
But a lot of guys are going to be like, well, we already did it. I would, like, most guys are going to be like, that's really weird. Like, you should have been, if you're going to play the game, you should have been proper about it. You can't do this whole thing of like, well, it was a mistake. Then he's going to actually feel like, he's going to feel bad about it or something.
No, like you guys like did like talk and have conversations before and stuff. It's not just like, oh, like it was a one night stand and then you regret it after and want a relationship. Not like that.
Okay.
Just more like say you guys were friends before or something and you hooked up and now that's the only dynamic that you guys have.
But so you're saying you're gonna withdraw sex? Is that what in order to
If that's what it takes, I'm not saying that I would do that, but if that's what it takes for somebody to get into a more serious relationship from like that buddy situation to something else, then
it's not even clear to me if women making men wait to have sex is going to guarantee you a long-term
No, I'm not
relationship.
saying wait to have sex. I'm saying like if that's what somebody wants to do, but I'm just saying like you could have more like conversations with that person or be more open and communicate more.
This debate highlights a fundamental disconnect in modern relationships. On one side, there's a belief that acceptance should come regardless of lifestyle choices, and that rejection often equals insecurity. On the other side, there's a strong argument that preferences, boundaries, and respect play a major role in long-term compatibility. And the truth is, both sides reveal something real. But where this conversation really lands is accountability. Your choices shape your dating pool, whether you like it or not. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think this is about insecurity, or simply standards and self-respect? If you found this debate as intense as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more high-level breakdowns.